Okay, let's go.
Hey everyone, today is story time. My name's Stefan. I run a small TCG Player Store called Chaos Collective Cards, and I am going to be packaging orders while giving you a little bit of an insight into my history with collecting cards and where I'm at today and where I would like to go. So I got my boxes here, my cards here, ready to go. So I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I started collecting when I was super young, about 7 years old. And there was a small, my dad's been really into collecting things. He collects coins, he collects baseball cards, all that kind of stuff. And he was really into collecting cards when I was young. And there was a small little card shop by my house. I don't even remember the name, but there was an older man that ran it. He was probably in his 50s, I would think, based on my memory. And the card shop that he had mostly like TCG, like Magic, Pokemon, and had some sports cards and stuff like that. And I remember going there with my dad and just being really interested in the Pokemon cards. And I don't really remember what I had, or I do remember having a Gyarados from base set and a few other small cards. I don't think I really ever opened any packs, maybe a few here and there, but I really just had a small collection of cards. And when I got older, my mom gave them away, which is kind of unfortunate with the market now. But a little bit ago, maybe about a year or so ago, a friend of mine that I work with, he had started getting some Japanese booster boxes, and this was the time when the Glory of Team Rocket set came out, and he was talking about getting some booster boxes to some other coworkers, and I was like, I'll take one. It's like $80, $85 at the time, and so I ripped that, and oh my gosh, it started a whole whirlwind of things. So I ended up ripping a bunch of those packs from those booster boxes, and I got hooked. And it's kind of weird. I got right in. It was about 2025, maybe it was beginning of 2024 that I started ripping packs, and got really into it. I hid a lot of that stuff from my wife because I was not necessarily embarrassed. Just, I don't know. It's not really something that we would want to spend money on at the time. So if Ashley, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. But so I started, I really liked the idea of master sets. So I started collecting the Glory of Team Rocket master set, and I got to a point where I started ordering cards off of eBay, and my wife found out. She got really upset at me. And so we came up with a plan that I would just sell all my cards and then use that money to put back into my card collecting. And then it kind of spun off from there. I saw the potential with selling cards, flipping cards, that kind of thing. And so I did a little bit of that, and now just recently I've been collecting product and reselling that on TCG, and I think it just spun off an interest in just kind of like selling cards. So right now I'm working on setting up a online website with the plan is to get Japanese cards, and I know that English cards are a big thing now, and I know Japanese are really coming up with people's interest. So the plan is to potentially get some wholesale from Japan, and I know this is not a new, and I'm probably late to the party, but I'm thinking that I could potentially get some booster boxes in and start my business that way. And I think I mentioned in some other videos, I've been watching Brian from Bokiani. That's how he got started, and I thought it was super interesting. I really like Japanese cards. I like English more, but to, I guess, save some money and collect the things I want, it'd be better for me to go straight to Japanese. So I started selling on TCG Player to kind of recoup that money that I spent, and it's been going really well. I don't think I've had maybe a day here and there that I haven't sold something. So I've been super busy packing orders every night, probably like 2 or 3 orders a night, and coming out here to my glorious craft room, which is super nice because we live up by the mountain in Salt Lake City, and we have a lot of space. We have, right below me is my garage, so we have this craft room right above it, and it's a lot of extra space for me to do, just so much space to do activities, you know what I mean? Got into that, and I think it's gonna just really transpire to something great. So I've got a few orders today to fulfill. So I've got a Unova collection from Costco that I'm shipping off here, and then I've got a few cards. So I got a Steelix from the Mega Set. I'm shipping off a couple of those. I got this Charizard from Obsidian Flames that I'm shipping off to someone. So I'm going to be putting together a box here and just kind of give you a little insight of my thoughts and everything. So hope you guys enjoy. This Unova collection here is a pretty awkward box. I think it's best probably to ship more than one, but based on the amount of sales I have, I usually ship one at a time. So I've been just kind of shipping them off as they've been coming in. So I've been using these boxes. They're a 24 by 14 by 4, and they fit perfectly with those Unova collections. They also fit the prismatic Lucario and Tyranitar boxes, which I've been selling a few of those as well. Over the last little bit, I've been collecting booster boxes from the Mega Set, and I did a terrible tape job here. I guess I can't do two things at once. Redo that. And it's crazy. I looked at the price of the Phantasmal Flames booster box, and it's been skyrocketing. I don't know what the deal is. The Charizard's the main chase from the set. Obviously, they have some cool other cards that you can kind of collect. The UPC's got some pretty cool cards, like the Charizard X, which is a promo, which I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they did that because it's a pretty cool card, and it's not too much to... If it was in the set, it might have been a little bit more expensive, but I got a couple of those. And so I've been selling off some booster boxes and some various products like booster bundles. I got a few TVs that I sold off. So today I was looking at some of the... Also, side note, I've been using this packing paper. My wife does a lot of ordering from home, so we get a lot of boxes and packing paper, so I've been using that as my packing stuff, and it's been going pretty good with that as well. So I have a lot of spare paper that I've been using up, which is kind of cool to recycle and not buy more stuff, you know. One of my goals was, when I started, to not really buy anything that I didn't need. My past has been, I get really into something, I buy a lot of stuff, I buy all the expensive things, the nice things, and I end up not doing it long term. So using the stuff that I already have available is super helpful. So I'm just using this packing paper here, gonna pack it up down to the bottom here, and then set the product on top, and then bubble wrap it from the top here. This is gonna go on the top, and I got some bubble wrap here. What I've been doing with the bubble wrap, I'll just put it over the top with the length of the box, and then cut it to length, and then just kind of shove it around very nicely shove it around the product, and just pack it in there. It seems to hold pretty well. My previous sales haven't had any negative feedback, which has been good. I'm close to 20 sales on TCG Player. Some of them have been pretty large, some of them are kind of small. So like, I've sold various cards. Some of the desirable cards I've sold, like the Charizard that I showed you just barely. I've got some other cards that are a little bit more in the $100 range. So like, I got the Milotic from Surging Sparks. I've got some of the cards from Stellar Crown, like the Bulbasaur and the Squirtle. And so I'm planning on selling those off when I get the motivation to, because I really like the cards and I really don't want to sell them. But if I'm going to use money for a business, I should probably do the best that I can with kind of liquidating what I have already. So I've basically blown through most of my inventory that I've been collecting over the last little bit, for about a year. The original plan was to invest, which obviously you've seen some of the booster boxes from previous sets a couple years ago that have been just doing super well. But I think I like the idea of, I say I like the idea, I'm more committed now than ever, but I like the idea of being able to just churn and burn various products. Like I said, the ultimate goal is to get those Japanese booster boxes. There's not a lot of, I don't know if it's just not desirable or if there's just not enough of like exposure to Japanese cards, but I think they really need some love in the Utah area. I was talking to a buddy of mine at work, and he collects the English sets. And I had asked him today, hey, if I had a bunch of booster boxes that were Japanese, would you buy them? He's like, no, I think the market here is a little bit more focused on English cards. So I think that, yeah, English cards are desirable, right? But I think the Japanese are just as good, if not better, because they have better quality control than English cards do. Like trying to get PSA 10s, which is kind of fun, right? For English sets, if you're trying to get PSA 10s, kind of going out there hunting for those cards that look perfect, sending them out to PSA, getting grades back. I think that's pretty fun, but I'd like more confidence in sending cards out. I've had some experience with sales in the past. The term is under promise and over deliver. And I think you get a lot of that when you have like some extra stuff in the package. So what I've been doing is I've been adding some Japanese cards to each of my products just as a thank you for ordering from me. And I think adding some things to boxes and stuff like that goes a long way with a lot of people. So I got some cards here. I'm gonna put them in top loaders so they don't get damaged. So I got a few top loaders here. And then I'll put them in protectors I got off of Amazon. And I think if you're trying to be cost efficient, I think cardboard is the way to go. It does just as good a job as these protectors. So I'm just kind of blowing through them. I wasn't really thinking about cost efficiency when I was buying stuff off of Amazon, so I've been more cost conscious when I've been doing this. Just trying to save that money so I can buy some business stuff, so like an LLC, and then I plan on starting a website. I bought a domain, which is pretty cool. It's chaoscard.com, so KHAOSCARD.com. So you guys will see that here in a few months. Just trying to work through all my inventory, gather up some money, and start the website. You know what I mean? So I got these 2 cards here. I have 3 total, but I have another order I'm gonna pack up. The other card's gonna go with that one. So I got these card protectors. They're made by, I think the company's Ding Defend. So I'll put the cards in there. Before I do that, I'm actually gonna put them in a team bag. So it was recommended to me from a buddy of mine that the best way to keep cards safe as possible is to put them in a team bag, put tape over the top of the top loader. So I got some tape. Gonna put them just right over the top loader to kind of hold it closed, keep that card secure. Okay, after that, I'll put them in the team bag here. Put it in between the 2 Ding Defender corrugated plastic, and then I'll put tape around the front, put tape around the sides, just to make sure that they stay in place during shipping. So I think TCG is a pretty cool platform to ship your cards. You got exposure from a lot of people, so you're able to sell things pretty easily. I think a website is going to be a little bit more of a challenge here, but I think it's not going to be a problem for me once I get going here. My past sales experience, I've sold retail products like laundry detergent, soap, energy drinks, and I really like the idea of providing a product or service to someone that would really like it. So just checking my orders here to make sure I get the right one in the right box. I've been pretty good with my orders. If anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen right now because I'm talking to a camera. I'm not 100% focused on this. I don't have anything fancy like a label printer or anything. That maybe something I get in the future, but just have a basic old printer. I got that. Make sure I get the correct label in the correct box. So I got a 7x4 bubble mailer, and I got these cards here. So I got those 2 Steelixes and the Charizard from Obsidian, and I'm also going to throw in a Japanese Latias with that. So a little bit of an extra thank you for ordering from me. And then I always like to double check the orders. I can I'll link everything in the description here. The boxes I actually bought from a local company here in Salt Lake, which I think is probably the best bet. You should always support local if you can. The bubble mailer I bought from Amazon, that was before I tried to buy local. And the people that I talked to at the local shipping company, they said they usually try to beat Uline. And I know that if I'm going to be ordering a lot of boxes, or people in general, if they're ordering a lot of boxes, Uline is probably the way to go. So when I was on Uline.com working to find boxes to ship, I thought they would provide, as you order more, you're more likely to get free shipping. But what really turned me off to Uline was, and this might be because I'm a little bit smaller and I'm just trying to find the best deal. The more you ordered, the more the shipping increased. I tried to order the large boxes like the 24x14x4 from Uline, and it ended up being like almost $200 for shipping. So I went to local like UPS stores. I went to like Home Depot, I went to Target, Walmart, all those places. They didn't have the specific size that I needed, and that was really tough to find the boxes. So that's when I found the local place, which I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna work with them in the future because they were super helpful. So I got the bubble mailer, got these all packaged up in their team bags with the Ding Defend card saver. Okay, got the packing slip in there. Got the labels separated so I don't mix them up. I've been using Pirate Ship, which I think is super awesome. Going to the UPS store is not really efficient. It saves me a super amount of time to just package them and create the shipping label online, as long as you got the correct weight, the correct size of the box. So another little thing about me is I've been looking for a way to make a little extra money, and the fact that I can do it with something that I enjoy, something that I like, even though I'm not physically holding onto the cards like for my own personal collection, providing the cards for someone else so they can enjoy it just as much as I have is pretty significant to me. Just being able to give other people joy, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm in it for a business, in it to make profit. Just being able to provide that service for other people and just give them what they enjoy and have some joy myself. So anyway, thanks for joining me. We'll catch you next time.